Hello, guys, how's it going? It's Paul, and it's another episode of The Paul Show. I am recording this video literally 2 hours before Royal Rumble 2026 starts. Um, and honestly, it's not a prediction video. It's not anything like a news video or anything. It's just I decided to ramble for a little bit about Royal Rumble. So this year's Royal Rumble, typically, I think for Triple H's regime, only 4 matches announced. Two singles matches and two Royal Rumble matches. Obviously, the women's one and the men's one. And then there's AJ Styles versus Gunther. When if AJ loses, he retires. And Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship, which is a head scratcher, really, at least to me. But let's start maybe with the women's Royal Rumble match because I was never a huge fan of women's wrestling, and I don't mean that they are bad. The women are bad at wrestling, and like no in no way am I saying that. I just it looks sloppy to me. It's not, but it just looks. I don't. Maybe it's just different body shapes than men's wrestling. That's something I didn't really, because when I started watching wrestling, I was watching like highlights or highlight shows on TV because I didn't have access to the full full show to rewatch it. So I kind of got used to men's matches being longer and showing way more than the women's matches did. I mean, for the longest time, women weren't even allowed to throw punches, they had to slap each other. Um, so yeah, there's a difference in perception of women's wrestling and men's wrestling, to me at least. It's not to say that I in any way say that women's wrestling is worse. I just don't really like watching it. It seems sloppy to me. But as I said, it's not. It's just my perception of it. I wanted to make it abundantly clear. Um, yeah, but therefore I don't have much interest in it. Although I do appreciate the storylines, which I think women's storylines have been way better than the men's storylines so far. And generally, under Triple H, one thing that did improve women's division, women's tag division, women's division overall, and singles competition as well. It's gotten way better than it was before, and it certainly piqued my interest at least a little bit after yesterday's episode of SmackDown. Quite a lot of people in the spotlight in the Royal Rumble discussion. I don't necessarily know who the winner might be. I heard that Bianca Belair is ready to come back, so she's in contention. Tiffany Stratton also rumored to be present at the event, so she's another contender to possibly win the Royal Rumble and challenge for the title, especially with the rumored storyline between her and Jade Cargill going into this year's WrestleMania. So yeah, definitely some worthy contenders. I don't think it's going to be any of the women who were in the spotlight yesterday on SmackDown. So the three women from the Judgment Day: Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, and Raquel Rodriguez. I don't think it's gonna be either Charlotte Flair or Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend. Although Lash Legend winning the Royal Rumble match would be a fantastic choice in terms of, well, she's great in the ring. She has fantastic look, fantastic in-ring presence. She's good on the mic, and there is fuel to, make a story out of her winning the Rumble, and Nia being jealous of that. It's a very common storyline, but why not? Yeah. Also, I don't think it's gonna be either of Rhea and Io Sky. Yeah, I don't really feel the need to justify that. They are doing their thing in the tag team division, and I'm quite enjoying their work. So, yeah, for me, Tiffany Stratton's winning this one. Yeah, that I guess. Anyhow, moving on to the next match. So AJ Styles versus Gunther. This one is, I mean, sometimes when you have, like when the audience is unsure of the outcome of the match, actually in most cases, before the match starts, it's great because, well, it's all predetermined. It's wrestling. So they know which guy is winning. But when people in the audience have no idea who's going to win, that adds spice to the match. In this case, I don't know if that's a good kind of spice. Honestly, I mean, it's Gunther. So the less you meddle with it, the better. Gunther should be like the final boss. Should be, well, that one's already taken, but he's the career killer. He should be like Thanos. Like when you come up against him, you're done. And if that's not the case, and Gunther is gonna lose, you have to tell this story in the ring. That's why the Jey Uso story didn't work. That's why the AJ Styles thing is kind of falling flat. Because we already know that AJ is gonna retire this year. He told us. Now he has a retirement match with Gunther, but they are hyping up that Gunther tapped out to AJ, and that even like the segment last night on SmackDown, Gunther getting pissed off because AJ said that he tapped out like a little bitch. Like, I don't get it. I mean, I don't know why Gunther would be pissed off about it. I'd imagine if somebody told me what the segment would be and asked me how Gunther should react to AJ saying that, I would say, well, he should laugh. He should laugh it off, because from the get go, his he said that it was a strategic move. He outsmarted AJ That's his line of defense, if you will. So now him getting pissed about it kind of feels like it undermines the entire build. I don't really feel excited for this match. I mean, it's AJ Styles versus Gunther, so you know it's going to be excellent in the ring. But the storyline going into this doesn't really do anything for me. Hopefully, Gunther wins this. Not because I want AJ to retire, but because it's the right outcome. If you want to build Gunther, and you want to build Gunther, Gunther has to win those matches. Unless it's like a dirty finish when with AJ cheating to win somehow. But then how do you justify that? Do you turn AJ heel for the remainder of his contract? Like, doesn't really work for me either. But yeah, for me, Gunther. Then we have the WWE Championship match between Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn. Oh my. Yeah, this one's far from ideal either. This one's not ideal. Yeah, what I mean is, so basically, when Drew won the title, it was kind of, you don't want your WWE champion to be a loser. And right now, Drew feels like an absolute chump. He talks a big game. He's excellent on the mic. He has fantastic in-ring presence, fantastic look. He looks terrifying. But then you look at what he's done for the last like 3, 4, 5 months, and it's like, this guy's a loser. What's he gonna do with the title? He's gonna drop it straight away. And after winning the title, he's been a loser as well. He intervened in the brawl between Cody and Jacob on Saturday night's main event, which I don't understand the reason for it. Like, these two guys are top contenders for his title. They are battling it out between each other in a vicious brawl. There's a high chance they're gonna basically injure each other. Kayfabe, of course. And the champion, who's his character is like this guy who tries to outsmart or outwit anyone who's coming up against him. His genius plan is to intervene and remind them that they should focus their attention on him. How is and then he comes out and says, because after or at the end of the Saturday night main event, he was interviewed and asked why he did it, and he said he wanted to send a message. Like, that's stupid. That's absolutely idiotic. It doesn't paint Drew in the best of ways, honestly. Yeah, and then the failed attempt at attacking Sami from behind, that's also, why? Why do that? That was stupid. And then he also failed, he failed to take Sami out last night on SmackDown as well. So it's, ever since he won the title, he's been acting like an absolute chump. Again, terrible way of booking him. He should be a dominant, terrifying monster heel. That's what Drew McIntyre should be. Ironically, that's how they built Cody for his entire title reign. But yeah, do I think Sami is going to win? Royal Rumble is in Saudi Arabia. They are promoting it with, Sami never lost in Saudi Arabia. He's never beaten Drew. So it has we have every reason to believe that this is going to be the first win for Sami against Drew, and his first WWE Championship win. In which case, why put the title on Drew? Just so he can be a transitional champion? For, 2 weeks? That's the ultimate act of disrespect. And honestly, considering how Triple H has treated many stars so far during his reign, it feels like something he'd do. So, yeah, I'm going into Royal Rumble believing that Sami Zayn is going to win. Unless Cody and Jacob are going to intervene and we're going to have a fatal 4-way for the WWE Championship on WrestleMania. That would be fun. It would end up with Cody winning, of course, but the match itself could be fun. Well, my prediction is that Sami's winning this. Or it ends in a disqualification after Cody and Jacob intervene. Or Drew intentionally gets himself disqualified. And then we have the Men's Royal Rumble with a lot of rumors about Chris Jericho. And look, I think none of the guys who are being heavily thrown into the spotlight are gonna win. So no Jey Uso, no Cody, no Randy Orton, and no who else? Well, Sami isn't in the match, so it's not gonna be any of those three. I kind of have a sneaky suspicion it could be Finn Balor. But again, it doesn't really feel like a Triple H kind of booking decision. It could create great storyline within Judgment Day. But Finn's not one of the guys Triple H wants to push. Obafemi debuting on the main well, it's not a debut per se, but it's his Royal Rumble debut, and it could kickstart his main roster reign, main roster run rather. And I would love for Obafemi to win it. I would love for him to win by throwing out Brock Lesnar and have that become a thing. But honestly, and I wanted to make a video about that. I have a fantasy booking scenario for Obafemi to fucking retire Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and it starts at Royal Rumble when they face each other. They have a face-off in the Rumble, kind of mirroring a little bit the face-off between Brock and Keith Lee from back in the day. Ooh, big boy. This one. And Oba throws Brock out of the ring, eliminates him, and Brock is furious and comes back into the ring and throws Oba out, and they brawl, and that starts a story going into WrestleMania that ends with a last man standing match between Brock and Oba, and Oba wins it. And then he moves on to the WWE Championship. And that would be fucking amazing, in my opinion. I'm a huge fan of Oba Femi. But yeah, don't think it's gonna happen. Don't think Oba is gonna win the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble. Adam Pearce is rumored to be in the Rumble to get his hands on the Vision personally, which I think would be fun. Is he a contender to win the match itself? Absolutely not. It's not gonna be Austin Theory. It's not gonna be Logan Paul. It's not gonna be Bronson Reed. Braun Breaker is a solid contender. Seth Rollins. Now that's... Is he fit? Is he cleared? I think we don't have enough information. But it would be interesting to see Seth Rollins winning the Royal Rumble out of nowhere and challenging CM Punk, because of course he's gonna challenge CM Punk. Who else is he gonna challenge? Another contender, Roman Reigns, of course. He's always a contender when it comes to Royal Rumble, when it comes to championship matches. But I don't feel... I feel like the strongest contender is Braun Breaker, honestly. So I'm gonna lock it in. For me, Braun Breaker is winning the Royal Rumble, and he's going to WrestleMania to face CM Punk again, and he's gonna beat Punk at WrestleMania and win his first main roster world championship at the grandest stage of them all, and become the new face of Raw, at least. And hopefully, well, but then you have two heel champions, unless my idea with Cody winning the title back at Mania in a Fatal 4-Way comes true. In which case, I'm gonna puke. It could be Jacob. Two new faces of the company, Braun Breaker and Jacob Fatu, winning world titles at WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. That could work. I'd buy it. Yeah, that could be awesome. Wow. Okay, anyways, that's... Like I said, it was gonna be a rambling video about Royal Rumble. I didn't have a script. I didn't have an idea of what I wanted to say. It's been pretty chaotic, WWE, for the last few weeks. A lot of things happened. I'm kind of intrigued about the Finn Balor situation. I'm kind of intrigued if they are going anywhere with Johnny Gargano, or is it just, he's gonna fizzle out and leave just like Tommaso Ciampa did? Yeah. Overall, I'm quite intrigued about the whole event, and hopefully it provides some good wrestling and good storytelling. And yeah, I'm gonna make another video tomorrow with my reaction to the event and my predictions for the future. So yeah, if you wanna give me some ideas for future fantasy booking videos, please do so in the comments down below. Leave a like, share the video if you want to, And if you don't want to miss out on the future videos, remember to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, I think. Have a good one. Goodbye.